Hi, I'm Helena, and I'm going to talk today about clients who may have difficulties during therapy sessions. One of the reasons clients sometimes have difficulties is their fear of accessing uncomfortable emotions or memories. And to help with this, we can use a technique called containment. Now, containment isn't about avoidance. Avoidance is when we run away from something and we don't tackle it or deal with it, or we may cover it up with something else. But containment is we can help with a client who comes with a sense of overwhelming feelings. We know we can use a lot of tapping on that, but a very useful technique, as I say, is to ask the client to put these feelings or memories into a container. So the container could be a cave, it could be a shed, it could be a safe, a vault. It could be digging underground. It doesn't matter what it is. A secure box, a filing cabinet. It doesn't really matter. Let the client choose the container that they're going to store these things in. So asking the client to bring up these feelings, get a sense of what they feel like, or memories, but not to work on them. But as soon as they bring them up, is to store them, file them away, or store them in this safe or this container. Give them a few minutes to do that in their own time, and then make sure that this place is completely locked away and it's secure, because these are only going to be accessed as and when we feel the client is able to work with them. So we can just put them away for now. And then during the therapy session, we can say, how do you feel now about going into this filing cabinet or this vault or this cave or wherever it is, and taking out one of those memories, and we can work on that today. A lot of clients find a real huge sense of relief when they even put them away, because they're holding on to these feelings, they're holding on to these memories. They don't feel that they can do anything with them except keep them, and they're avoiding them at the same time. And that can cause a lot of drain of energy in the body. So it affects them both mentally and physically. So that's one technique. Another technique you can use to help clients with memories, of course, or uncomfortable emotions or beliefs, is to write them down. Write what they are, and then get them to imagine writing them on this piece of paper, screwing it up into a little ball, and then throwing it into the waste paper bin. I have a lot of clients I find like that one too. So there are different ways of helping clients manage these feelings and identifying those things that don't serve them well or not any useful purpose they no longer require. And then using some of the tapping for any of the fears about doing that. So if they fail, say, I've got a fear of putting that in the bin, I've got a fear of putting that into the vault or whatever, then use some tapping techniques on that fear, which would be great. The other thing is, I sometimes find that clients have difficulty letting go of their old identities. So they have formed identities or behaviors or personalities because they were useful to them at the time. So that could be a people-pleasing behavior. And letting go of that people-pleasing behavior may leave them with a sense of, well, who will I be if I'm not this person? What will I be? Will people still like me if I'm not this people-pleasing person? So again, in that instance, help the client with that, because they may not always recognize what's going on, but we can say to them, how do you feel about letting that part of your identity go right now? And if that's difficult for them, again, use some tapping on that difficulty, that resistance that's coming up. It's also helpful to use obviously the mindfulness techniques, asking clients to keep with that feeling if they can, hold on to it and to notice what's going on, and then ask them how they would like to deal with it. Always give the client autonomy where possible, because they have the answer and they know what they can handle or can't handle. We may have a professional idea, but they know what they feel. We can encourage and help them with that, and we can give them the can-do attitude as well. So helping clients with these feelings and helping them to manage them and understand what they can do with them is a great resource for clients. I hope you found this useful. I will be adding some more hints and tips as time goes on. And thank you for watching. Bye.